Okay, we are back, everyone. Welcome. Now, normally I say welcome to Marketing Monday, but I have decided to start alternating topics on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. So today is our first Mindset Monday. I probably should have put that in the comments, like on the screen, right? I didn't put that on the screen. So I am just back from, let me put that on now. Whoop. That didn't work. I am just back from a week of battling COVID. Yes, I was diagnosed with it. I got tested positive. I started symptoms kind of last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. Thank you. So still a little congested in the throat and lose energy here and there, but overall, I am one of the fortunate ones, and I have been able to come through this after this is my 9th day. So I'm happy to be back, Kim.
I'm glad that you're back. We missed you. It was very evident that we missed you. Like, it was just, it could tell that, sometimes, like, if I left social media, I don't know if people would really notice if I was gone for a week, but we noticed you were gone. So
thank you. Yeah, I did get, I decided to be transparent with it, and I did get a ton of messages, which I so appreciated, everyone's messages. And this is part of what made me want to start alternating Marketing Mondays with Mindset Mondays, because what a difference I found with the way people were messaging me. And some people are, just hope you get better, thinking of you, which is awesome. Other people were really, you can almost feel their anxiety level, which is so normal at a time like this, right? We're all over the TV. It's like COVID and people are dying and in the hospital. And I would get things like, well, does your chest hurt when you cough? Like, of course my chest hurts when I cough. And, oh, hi, Kaden. Yeah, my children checking on me every day. Like, how are you today, Mom? And what's your oxygen level? And it was so interesting to watch the different mindsets. And right. I really am somebody who, not that I ignore the bad symptoms, I certainly have my inner circle that I complain to. And I even cried that I wanted my old bathtub back from my old house at one point, because I was running 102 and all I wanted was my old bathtub back. So
I understand.
Oh my God, it was such a pathetic moment. My poor daughter had to deal with me with all of that. But what was posted on Instagram over the weekend about how you can control 3 things in your life: what you think, what you say, and what you do, just incredibly applies to your business and your personal life. And nothing was more apparent to me than this past week when I was battling COVID, that that's all I could control.
Right. And I remember, I think when health crises tend to bring this out and a lot in us. And I remember when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, telling my kids, we got dealt a pretty sucky card, but it was how we played this game, which was going to make us winners or not. And I truly believe that mindset helped me personally go through the roughest 2 years of my life. Was that you do, and people, and it is interesting, whether it's COVID or cancer or financial challenges, that there are challenges with the mind. And it's really easy to get sucked into that, oh my goodness, I'm going to die, or oh my goodness, my business is going to fail. Those are realities. It could happen.
Yes.
But if we're going to, for me personally, if I'm going to have to think on something, I would rather think that on the belief and the hope and the positiveness of it than dwelling on the negatives and the what ifs.
Well, definitely. And it's also because what you focus on does expand, right? So if I sat there and I completely dwelled on just my symptoms constantly, I would start feeling more of them. They would feel more intense. And I didn't do anything I didn't focus on helping myself. And what else could I do? Like when I reached out to people, I'm like, hey, I'm looking for suggestions for a really sore throat, or I'm looking for suggestions for, believe it or not, Kim, I don't even know if I told you this, but I got hit with a toothache at the same time. I need a root canal and nobody will see me.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It was definitely a rough week, but at the same time, I was like vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, zinc. A doctor friend of mine said Prevacid helps reduce the extent of it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take Prevacid twice a day. I like tea 6 times a day. I really focused on what could make me feel that I had more control over it. And in that perceived control, you actually do have more control. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. You know, and that's so appropriate for everything, whether it's your life or your business. So, and it even applies to marketing. If you can just like, I looked at my house today because we've been doing all this reno stuff, you know, painting. And so it's a mess. The kitchen's like, oh my goodness, I can hardly stand it. It's like, okay, what could I do in the 5 minutes before I meet with Nancy? I could clean off the counter. I had control. You could take the supplements or take extra time to rest or drink more tea. Those are things you can control, like what you think and what you say and what you do.
Right, right. And I mean, once you start getting conscious of it, everyone, when it comes to your business and when it comes to your life, you have to start hearing yourself first, right? It all starts with recognizing, what am I saying to myself right now?
Right.
Listening to what you're saying, choosing to change what you're saying to yourself, right? So what are you thinking turns into what you're saying to yourself, and then that's going to turn into what you actually do. So in your business, if you're thinking, nobody wants to hire me, I'm charging too much money, I can't find my proper client, all those things now are going to turn into what you're saying to friends and to peers and into groups, like, I can't find my ideal client, I can't seem to sell to them. And then that's going to turn into what you do. It's your body language, it's your tone of voice, it's your actions, all follow from that first, what you think.
Correct. And you relate to business because you're a business coach. I related to marketing. It's the same thing. If you're walking around saying, I hate Facebook, it's the stupidest thing ever, it's never going to work, it won't. Or I hate marketing, or marketing sucks. You know what? If that's a mindset, you're going to work. No, marketing is a tool that's going to get you in front of your customers.
That's right. Oh, you know how many times I've heard people say, like, oh, I can't send too many emails, I don't want to annoy people. Okay, so it's proven that emails help you make sales. So you don't want to make sales, then don't send emails. It's proven that posting on Facebook and Instagram will attract people to you. You don't want to make sales and attract people to you, then don't do it. I mean, like, this is where I get really tough with people, right? It's proven that if you share some of your personal life, people get to know you and want to hire you. If you don't want to share any of your personal life, I mean, and again, you don't have to be completely transparent with things that are uncomfortable, but the more transparent you are, the more people relate to you. You don't want to get business, then don't do it.
Right.
It's like, then, but don't complain that you're not getting business. And here's the thing, if you're an introvert, then you have to take baby steps. And I'm not saying jump into the middle of the ocean, but take baby steps to start to control what you focus on, what you think, what you say, and what you do, both in your personal life and your business. And you're going to see huge changes in the quality of the life that you're living.
Right. So
it's the hardest thing, though.
It is. And I was stuck in mindset for many years until someone showed it to me. Like, did you know that if you just rephrased it just by a tweak, and it doesn't mean you have to get up every day and say, oh, I'm the most beautiful, greatest person around. It's a matter of just rethinking, like, today I'm going to post on social media because I want to share something that I know. I have this great tip. I want to share it, and changing that perspective. Again, what you say, what you do, what you think.
Right. And then again, the people who are going to derail themselves is like, is anyone really going to be interested in this? Okay, maybe 99% of the people will not. But that one person who is, you will have helped them today. Right. And that's always, this is one of my key teachings with my clients. Talk to one person, right? Even in this topic, I know who I'm talking to. Whether they watch it or not, it doesn't matter. I know that I'm talking to one person who I know is struggling with their mindset. And I'm trying to convince them that what they think, what they say, and what they do is all they can control. And when they get that, it's going to change their life completely. It's going to change their business completely. That's why mindset is just the starting point of absolutely everything. Everything flows from that.
I agree. 100%. 100%.
My lesson for the day, Kim.
I think it's great. I love doing this Mindset Mondays. And, you know, when it comes back again to the marketing, that you never know, like you were talking, you said one person might be influenced today and impacted by this mindset episode. One person might be impacted by your marketing. I was doing an audit for you, came across somebody's website. They had a quiz. I took the quiz. It led to Pinterest. It led to a whole paint design in my house. One person impacted. I walk into my kitchen now and it's like, I just love it because that one person shared a tip and it went the whole circle. And then it impacted my life, which impacts my children and my husband and everybody I know. So one thing does make a difference, but I had to also be open that to her mind, like I had to be open, like, okay, I am in control of what kind of paint I put in my walls. I just need somebody's help to fix it out, figure out what to do. And again, that I think people underestimate how much control we do have. And even when it comes to mindset, remember when we first started coaching, I was like, I don't know anything about interior design. I don't know if I can help them. It's like, oh, I know I can help them now because you gave me the courage to help them. And I had to change my mindset. And now it's like, oh, bring on the designers because I know what I can do to help them. But again, had to do with the mindset.
You know what? It actually brings up a story that Sally might kill me, but Sally is one of my staff members who have worked for me from when I was an art framing and accessory consultant, worked in my house as I was raising my kids and all the ups and downs, and she still works for me. But when I first started converting to an online business coach, I remember I had two employees, Barbara and Sally, both phenomenal. Sally fit into more the able to work from home scenario, which is why she works for me still. And obviously, both my employees were fabulous. I would have loved them to both continue to work for me. But she, in the beginning, is like, no, I'm a accessory showroom manager, and I am not going to be able to do any of this stuff that you're talking about. I am not going to be able to do any of this online stuff. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm not a tech person. And oh my God, she literally kicking and screaming. And I, like, in a way, right, definitely pushback constantly to what I was asking her to do. And I just kept saying, like, you're a really smart woman. Like, you can do this. I'm going to make sure you're trained on what we need. Like, together we're going to learn. Like, nope, nope, nope. And to this day, we joke about it. And she laughs and she's like, oh my God, thank you for hanging in there with me and convincing me that I could do this.
Right.
Right. When I started coaching, I knew zero about online coaching. I knew zero about the technology I needed, how to grow an email list, how to do webinars, speak on video, nothing. I knew nothing. And I hired a coach to teach me how to get to the level faster. And that's where, when I see people struggling and trying to grasp that information here and there, I admire that. They're not giving up. And that is part of controlling what you say and what you do and what you think. Like, you know, you can do it. But to speed it up, I know that for me and for anyone I've ever known, hiring a coach speeds up the process.
I 100% agree. And I hired coaches before I even started working with you. And I looked at what the coaches were doing. That's how I hired one. I found one that was online and she was so joyful. Like, she just was radiant joy. And it's like, that's the kind of life I want. So I hired her. So I agree. A coach will help accelerate where you want to go because your coach is speaking into your mind, helping you develop a healthy mindset, where sometimes when you leave it to ourselves, it's hard.
Listen, I've had to tell people some really hard things. There are times I read my email or I hear what I'm saying over Voxer to one of my clients and I think, ouch, that's really going to hurt. This is painful for them. But that's my job, is to make sure that the pain they're getting is from me, so it doesn't end up continuing in their life or in showing in the fact that their business is not profitable. Like, that's what they need to hear from me, right? We've talked about that. We've talked about a lot of hard things. But yeah, just to go back to what you think, what you say, and what you do will control everything it will control everything, right?
Right.
Anything that's within your control is controlled by these three things. So I hope
Definitely.
this helps somebody today. I'm assuming that, with what's going on in the world and being the holiday season, and it's so easy to focus on what we don't have, what we can't do, and the misery around all of that, instead of going, you know what? I don't know how many holidays I've missed in the past because of a sick kid. And it was in the past and I barely remember it. And that's what's going to happen with this. So do what you can to stay healthy and well.
Right.
Take control over what you can. And it makes the things you can't control just a little bit easier. Does that
It
make
does.
sense?
Yes, definitely. Especially as we're going into 2021. I see so many people focusing on how crappy 2020 is. It's reality. It's been crappy. But we don't need to take that into the 2021 mindset. That's my
No, I'm planning my next vacation. I'm going to like Bora Bora and staying in a hut on the water or something. I'm telling you, I just keep looking at when I'm able to vacation again for pleasure, where I'm going. And that's what I'm focusing on. And that's what keeping me, hopeful to get through the rest of whatever this world has to go through to get past this COVID stuff.
okay. Well, we're glad you're back. We missed you.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm back too. All right. So I will see everyone tomorrow. It's normally Money Talk Tuesday, but stay tuned because we might be, again, interjecting different topics on these days to help more people. So that's what I love to do. So thanks, Kim.
Thank you. Have a great week.
All right.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.